Kyle was just a phenomenal kid. And the thing I always think about when I think about Kyle is his laugh and his smile.
KyleCares is dedicated to promoting open and honest communication about the mental health challenges that students, young adults, and teens face.
I think this generation, we call them Generation Z. This is Gen Zers. These are, they're facing unprecedented challenges, and we are seeing depression and anxiety increase among young adults of that age group. We're seeing suicide rates rise.
There are a lot of people struggling with their mental health, but they are too afraid to talk about it. They're too afraid to be judged by their parents. They're too afraid for it to be downplayed by other adults. So people don't know where to look for help, people don't know who to talk to, and people are afraid to ask questions and to talk about it.
This has reached a crisis level. Suicide is the second leading cause of death for young people and young adults, but there are things that we can do about it.
Our ultimate goal is to eliminate student self-harm and suicide. And we want to do that by helping schools create a culture and a climate that allows students to be confident enough to ask for help when and if they need it.
KyleCares is driving the conversation on mental health awareness at high schools and college campuses. Using a unique three-pronged approach, they connect schools with mental health resources and service providers. They facilitate long-term, comprehensive strategies to address student mental health, and they provide funding for school-based mental health education, awareness, and suicide prevention programs. The organization has become an important resource in the fight against teen depression and suicide.
KyleCares has really got our attention in terms of leading the way and helping us develop a strategic plan as to how to recognize the problem, how to create goals and objectives to solve the problem, and how to find the resources that are best equipped to help us manage and solve these issues.
Through KyleCares, we were able to get training for our staff to help to give them tools when they're confronted with a kid telling them something about depression, anxiety, self-harm, suicide.
We didn't set out to create a brand new service ourselves for mental health awareness or suicide prevention. The model we chose was to find out who's doing great work in this space already, and then we reached out and formed strategic partnerships with 5 organizations that are doing great work either regionally here in New England or on a nationwide basis.
So what KyleCares is doing is saying, hey, there are things out there that are working already. Let us support that. Let us grease those wheels. Let us empower that in the way that we can, which is just an incredibly powerful way to choose to support a cause.
Because of KyleCares and my connection with Jim, I learned about all these different resources that I didn't even know exist. I learned that they're legitimate, I learned that they have a mission, that they're focused on their mission, and I knew that these partners of KyleCares were the real deal and that they wanted to help.
Now more than ever, an organization like KyleCares is needed by the schools because they do the legwork of looking at the programs that these providers offer and are they research-based and what kind of results do they have and what kind of data is used in the constructing of their programs. KyleCares has been able to do that, so we know if an organization is a partner with KyleCares, then I can trust that organization, and those are good tools and resources for our kids, for our counselors, for our staff.
So every school is a unique microcosm that has their own unique challenges and unique needs, and I feel like KyleCares really takes the time to figure out what those needs are and help them to develop a plan that's going to work for them.
I think we have a real clear pathway towards better and higher levels of support and service for our kids through the resources that KyleCares is going to provide us.
We did the Green Bandana Project. We had a green bandana available for every student, and so if you came into school that week and decided to put a green bandana on your backpack, you are actively showing that you are an ally, you support mental health awareness, you want to fight the stigma, and that you are not judgmental towards someone who's struggling with their mental health. Without the KyleCares grant, we wouldn't have been able to be connected with Active Minds, we wouldn't have been able to start the projects we wanted to start, or we wouldn't be able to have any of the resources.
when we have those programs, when we have assemblies, when we have the health fair and we have people come in and talk about mental health issues, the kids are so engaged because it's so real to them. It's real world stuff and they know people who are experiencing it, so they do have questions, they do have insights, they do have opinions.
After some of the events that we've done throughout the school year, I personally have had people reach out to me who I've never even talked to who said, "Thank you so much for doing this. You have no idea the impact it's made for me to come to school and see everyone with a green bandana on their backpack, or to see everyone actively promoting mental health awareness."
Our vision is a world in which young adults are able to seek the help that they need when they need it, and to prevent suicide and to prevent crises before they happen.
It's really important to share stories like Kyle's. It's important that we hear about the people who've struggled. It's important that we hear about young people who have lost their lives to suicide. It's much easier and much more comfortable to look away from this crisis, but we cannot. We can't forget about the Kyles of the world, and we need to continue to reach out to young people to prevent this in the future.
His story will always resonate with me, and it really motivated me. It will always hold a place in my heart as I continue doing the work that I'm doing.
Kyle's legacy is about helping other people, and that's what he did when he was alive. He helped people feel good about themselves, and I think his legacy through KyleCares is helping people with mental health issues that really need to be addressed.
Kyle's legacy is compassion, his dedication to making everyone around him feel important and supported, loved. Kyle cared, and that's where KyleCares comes from. You know, he cared then and he still cares.